Hello, everybody. How you doing? Good. Hello. Am I properly dressed? Okay. Oh, look, my friend is on. There we go. Victor Walker is even here. How you doing, Victor?
Hey, Claude.
You there? Am I
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Let me see if I can need to
Well,
change
I am
mics or something.
on. Everything's on here, and I'm going to talk for a while and show a video, and then I'm going to bring you back on. Okay? Okay.
Give me a second.
Here we go. We're going to take you off for a second here. And how you guys doing? Just listen, got to have some fun in this stuff, okay? How to properly dress in Colorado. Yes. I want to show you guys a video. I can take these off too, can't I? Yes. I'm going to show you a video we did the other day. In fact, one of the guys who was on it is going to join me in a little while, Mr. Walker. And let me run this video and we'll get right to it, and then we'll take questions and things like that. Okay. Got a lot of things to share with you guys. Making money here, doing contracts here. Listen, you give good phone, you know how to talk to people. You can bring in more money by giving good phone than at any job that anyone's willing to pay you. So let's go to this video. I'm going to share the screen right now. Okay. And then we'll go take some questions. It's only about 9 minutes long, so hang in there with me. And we're going to go right to the screen. And Victor, you're going to be famous here.
Sometimes start doing the presentation all over again.
Yeah.
I acquiesced. I said, that's fine. Thank you for saying that. Before I go, now that it's over, can I ask you a question? And then I went right back into selling again, but I changed my strategy a little. This is gut selling. It takes time. It takes practice. But man, you start to hear more yeses, and you have more friendlier conversations. This is how you make more money in 1 week than some people make in a year. It's study successful people, and you will see that even if they had successes and failures, they always came back for one reason. What is it?
Because he like you, trust you.
You're good at sales. Yeah, you're right. But because you had the confidence to go back in there again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's gut sales. We got a minute left, guys. Anybody having a question or anything like that? It goes fast. It goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You guys want an extra couple of minutes?
Yeah, I just want to ask you a quick question.
Hold on 1 sec. I'm just going to back up my other appointment before they come on.
Okay.
Just don't worry about it. It's just so funny that you can hear it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Go ahead with your question there, Vic.
So one of the stupid conversations you have going on in your head about these leads, especially when you have a limited number of leads, because like you were talking about having, grabbing leads or generating leads or whatever. So you don't want to burn out a lead. And you're kind of at the beginning of this process trying to figure out, how to close these leads. What do you suggest in terms of practice? Should we just call these leads and just burn them out and call them back later once we get better?
What do you mean by burning them out?
I don't mean, when I say burn them out, what I probably mean is, going back into the already always old ways of communicating, where at this point now, I haven't, really gotten this system. I guess, just practice this a little bit more and then get on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about burning them out. Call them back. You see, my nickname is One Call Close Claude. You guys know that about me. Okay. I'm going to go, either you fire me or we set up another meeting, or we're talking about some mutual satisfaction solution here. Okay, you can't do the traditional sale. See, this is the beauty of it. People say, oh, Claude, what about the competition? There is no competition because they suck at sales. This is the $1 million secret sauce, guys. Okay, and this is coming from a crap. I used to be the shittiest salesman. I was insecure and everything. And your confidence starts to build up when you understand how people breathe. What's their oxygen? I ask myself every morning, why should someone buy from me? Okay, they got
You said, what's their oxygen? That's
yeah, what's
good.
their oxygen? What do they, what do they need?
Mhm.
Jeffrey said before, do they like and trust you? Jeff, you don't know how important that is.
It's very important. They're willing to do business with people they like and trust.
Amen, brother. I mean, you go, when we like and trust somebody, even if they cost more, or we got to drive far away, okay? I mean, here, I even trust her coffee. Thank you.
What?
See that segue? See
Might
that?
get in trouble.
Coffee's going, I'm paying attention.
Oh, no, I need a cup. Thank you.
Stop that right now.
See, if you can get them, thank you, sweetie. If you
Hello.
can, this is
Hi.
my Claudia, my wife.
Hi.
Hi, Claudia.
34-year wedding anniversary last week.
Oh, congratulations.
God bless me.
Right, yeah. How do you do it? You are an angel.
I am in it, you're right. Thank
You,
you. so
you're an
much.
angel.
Thank you.
If you can get them to like and trust you, it's just so much. Do we have a dentist, a barber, a restaurant, somebody, a friend who we've known forever, and when they tell us something, we take it for gospel truth? Okay, can we create that in a short phone call or a video? I love the video. For what reason? Why is this the best environment for selling like this?
Because they can see you.
What else, guys? They can see you.
And it's
How does that-
virtual,
like
and you
this?
can do a whole bunch of them.
They can see you.
In a short period of time.
What else? This would be a good video. How does seeing you, Jeffrey, change the dynamic?
In a short period of time.
How does vision change?
Well, when I was watching you on your April Fool joke you did the other day, I could see your face and I could tell right away that it wasn't right because you kept looking to the side. You're really good at when you mean something, you're looking right at the camera. But when you don't mean something or something, you look away from the camera.
I'm a ham. I'm a thespian. Okay. I was acting. How important is acting when you're on the camera or even on the phone? You change the tempo of your words, the pace, the speed, the enunciation, the emphasis. How does that, being a good actor, how does that get you to more trust, likability?
I'm not sure.
Well, when somebody can see that you're looking right at them, do you ever have somebody, you're saying something, whoa, that's interesting, whoa. They lean forward, you see their body language. You get somebody, you say something to them, they go like that. What is that? They don't like what you're saying, or they disagree, or they're getting emotional, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see that they're talking to you, but then they start doing,
They're not interested anymore.
right. So doesn't that make a better sales environment?
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. What did we learn today? Jeffrey, you go first. Give me one, two, or three things you learned today.
I learned how you could resell the person even though it seems like the sale is gone, and how being on camera or video would be a much better way to sell.
Okay. Victor?
The agenda.
Oh, thank you. I think that was very important also.
Yeah.
Getting on the phone, being comfortable, being confident, assertive, but not a bully, not an intimidator, and getting them to talk by using reverse psychology, redirection. Getting them to say, well, I'm selling the house because we're retiring and we want to move to someplace warm, like Jeff did. Now I know something. I know something I didn't know before, and he gave it to me without me pulling it out of him. Then I might find out about his time frame, more motivation, his money situation, maybe his mortgage and everything else. So I've got to get you guys. Can I get you guys to speak to 2-3 people? I'd love you to tell me next time we spoke. Claude, I spoke to 5 people 5 days in a row. I made 5 offers. I did 5 follow-ups. I got one deal holding, one deal I made a couple thousand on, and I got one that might happen next week. That's when you get that consistent behavior, that's when you make money, guys. That is the key to this business. All the other stuff, the bells, whistles, the CRMs, the Salesforce, the VAs, all that other stuff is just macro distractions. Micro, pick up the phone. Gotta go, guys. Was this good?
All right.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Claude.
Was this good? You learned something?
Yeah, sure did.
Okay, great. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Have a nice
Have a good-
weekend.
Have a
Take care,
good,
Jeffrey.
safe weekend, okay? Here, virtual elbow. See you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was good. Hey, Victor, I hope you don't mind me showing that. I did ask your permission up front there. And I'll bring, you know what? Let me bring you on right now to the stream here. Can you hear me okay, Victor?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. So did I
Yeah.
embarrass you? That was a good. I wanted to take that little segment and just share it with all the people who are watching here right now. We have a lot of people on right now. And
Yeah.
I think this is the way to succeed, is to just interact, to role play, to practice, just like that. To me, if you can get a handle on sales, you can work from home, you can work on Zoom. I had someone today, a very good marketing friend of mine. He said, Claude, why don't you do a sales and marketing program just utilizing Zoom?
Yeah.
Which I use extensively on that. Did you have any comments or questions, Victor? I'm glad you could join.
Oh, no, I'm just working. What really I'm interested in, I guess, right now is sort of getting the process down. I've been listening to and watching the trainings and stuff, and going through the PDFs that you sent as part of the package and everything. And, basically, if we could start at the beginning, that would be great, where we kind of do the setup, the initial setup, what we're trying to get accomplished, giving them the permission to fire us, that initial sort of setting up the call that you do almost every single time I hear you talk.
How to set up the call, in other words.
Yeah.
First step is don't sound like anyone else.
Right.
You are doomed to fail. I guarantee one thing: you will fail if you sound like everyone else. I go on one preset that everyone else. We're in a competitive world. Everybody, people are calling on the same foreclosure list. The same lists are all the same people are calling. The same realtors, the same investors, the same 1,000 people who just went to the real estate seminar, and they all use the same verbiage, the same script. And guess what happens? The prospect has heard it before. So you're guaranteed to get 100% rejection if you sound the same. So you got to use a pattern interrupt. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Pattern interrupt is basically when you call somebody on the phone, ask a question or say something abrupt. You answer phone. Say hello, Victor.
Hi.
Hi, Victor. How come that beautiful home on 121 Orange Drive didn't sell yet? What's wrong with it?
It needs a little work, but why it didn't sell, I have no idea right now.
My name's Claude Diamond. You mind if I ask you a few quick questions, and then I'd like to make you an offer on that property today and see if we can do business. And if not, it's okay to say no to me. Okay.
Okay.
Boom. So we just, off the role play, we just went from a pattern interrupt. We said something abrupt right in the beginning to kind of shock them, get their sense. If you call up people at dinner time, hi, I'm just reaching out. I'm with ABC Corporation, and we're trying to, right away that that's a salesperson, and they go into default mode. They go into autopilot, and they'll say, take me off your list. Goodbye. Click. Or if they're feeling in a little torturous mood, they're just going to cross-examine you for 10, 20 minutes, ask you a bunch of questions, and then dismiss you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot make a lot of money if you are a child in a business relationship. If you are subservient to the prospect, you are doomed to fail. I'm like a demotivational speaker today, okay? But so you got to go, then you go into the agenda. You're basically setting up a roadmap, the rule book. You're saying, hey, can I ask some questions? You ask me some questions. And if you don't want to do business, you don't like my offer, tell me to get lost, fire me. And I like that on the bid. That's the first step in the staircase. Then we have to have information. Can't make an offer unless we know what's the, why are they selling it? What's their motivation on this property? Why are they selling it? Is there, urgency time-wise? Do they have to sell it quickly? Are they moving? New job. They can't afford it. Are you speaking to somebody in authority who can make a decision, a commitment, sign a contract? When? Today. Okay. And is that person have the character to keep that commitment? And of course, you got to talk about the money. What's the mortgage on it? What's the payments on the mortgage? How much equity you got to, what's the valuation of the property? Does it need any repair? So these are the qualification questions you've got to ask. And when you ask those questions, you can't just cross-examine. You got to, what we call stroke and nurture. I talk about this every time I get on. You have to stroke and nurture people so that they don't feel like they're cross-examined. And we use a little bit of reverse psychology, a little bit of the power of suggestion. We use the 5 senses: sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch. This is Guts 2.0 that I've been talking a lot about lately. I plant pictures in people's mind. So then we qualify. Then you have to have a certain amount of knowledge. What strategy am I going to do? I'm going to do a wholesale deal. Am I going to sell the contract or arbitrage it? Am I going to wholesale it or arbitrage it to a family that wants to move in or another investor? Am I going to lease purchase it and play it safe, which is a very good strategy to do right now, because I think the market, we don't know how long this virus thing will go on. We don't know. Hi, Ralph Newton. One of my buddies just joined. How you doing, Ralph? Glad you could join us. We don't know how long this is going to go on. Okay, so I have a feeling if this thing goes on another month or so, it's going to reflect real estate. Real estate's going to come down. No one's buying it. So the people who have to sell it or want to sell it, I think the price will go down. And then the third step is where you make the offer, you give the presentation for the close, and you hope that they are emotional enough to give you some kind of commitment or keep dialoguing with you. So 3 steps: agenda, qualification, commitment, close. That's about as much as I can do in this kind of format right now. So that's why I practice role playing so much. Did this make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. And
Okay,
that's exactly the question I was asking.
Let's see if we have any. Let's see if we have any questions here. On the comments here, let me just scroll down a little here. Deborah Murray joined us. Hi, Deborah. Glad you could join. That was mine. I started out this. I want it to be proper in Colorado here. We're supposed to be wearing these face masks here. It's a Colorado flag here. So I figured if I just took a 6-mile run. So if I go outside like this, this is the ensemble that we have to wear nowadays, right? Imagine if you went into a bank like this. Can you go into a bank's open? Can you go into a bank dressed like this anymore? I mean, the security guard.
Good idea.
The security guard's going to shoot you. Yeah, amazing. Let's go to went there. Okay. Mr. Wright joined us. How you doing there, Mr. Wright? If you want, there's a link below. You can come in on this. I'm trying, as I'm doing these StreamYards, I'm learning the technology here, and I can actually invite live guests onto this, not just interact with the chat box, which is pretty good. So if anybody wants to come on, the link is in there. My buddy Sean the Legend Osby of famous a Mutual of Omaha, Nebraska. There you go. And that's someone we're going to get rid of. We don't need that. What a toupee. Yes, you're right too. This is nice. I think we can eliminate people here. Let me see if I can do that. I think I can, let's see here. Yeah, we can eliminate people. That's good. Anyway, wanted to talk about real estate questions. We're home right now. We're working. I work, basically I want to get people on Zoom, Skype, Facebook Live, FaceTime Live. I want to get as many people as possible. I had someone who saw one of my broadcasts, and no, it's not a toupee. It's real. Here, pull on it. Somebody pull on it. Here, it doesn't come off. I need a haircut so bad. How are we going to be able to get haircuts, Victor? I mean, we can't even.
I'm doing do it myself at home.
Oh, Mr. Newton is here. Bill Pinella has joined us. That's good. Anybody else who wants to join us, come. The link is in there. You're more than welcome. One guy who saw me last week on one of my YouTube videos. I do a lot of my marketing through YouTube, and then I put those videos in so many different places. And he saw me. He then went to my webpage. He then scheduled with me last week. We ended up doing, here's the contract. I don't want to reveal his identity or anything. But needless, it was 5 figures, one deal. We had one conversation, one phone call with a follow-up one. We had a follow-up one for some of the paperwork. 5 figures, one deal. Okay. And that just comes from the marketing, and they came to me, and that was the contract. You can make a lot of money just talking to people. I think for some reason we feel that we have to delegate stuff. I don't think.
So where did you post the video?
I'm sorry?
Where did you post the video?
I didn't post any video. The video on YouTube.
Did he find you on?
Yeah, he found me on YouTube. I have over 1,000 videos, 1,100 videos, thousands of followers, subscribers, opt-in people, and on YouTube. And then from YouTube, I share them onto LinkedIn, Vimeo, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, all this other media. So if you have a sexy title, okay, the title of this broadcast, Great $1 Million Sales Skills. Okay, somebody sees that title. Oh, I don't know this guy, but I'm interested in sales. Let me watch the video. Then you have a little descriptive box. Then you have content. Then you have interaction with people like we're doing right now for questions and answers. And then you tell people, well, yeah, I'm slacking, Sean. Yeah, very good. And then I have a little banner here, and I can put it right in, and I can give them a free book or a free consultation. This is working from home using this marvelous technology. By the way, StreamYard is free. StreamYard has a free demo. And then they can, and hopefully you put some good content out there. People say, oh, let me follow this person. Then they go to your webpage, give them something else for free. Gary Vaynerchuk, my buddy, says, give some more, and then ask. Then you have the right to ask because you've established credibility with that prospect. When you're talking to somebody on the phone, you have to have solutions. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, why are you selling this house? Can I make you an offer today? I'm looking for price or terms. Would you like cash? Would you like me to rent it for a while and then buy it? Or would you like to sell it today and maybe you get involved in holding the mortgage, holding your equity? I can do one of these things. I can give you full price, or I can give you cash for a discounted price, or I can leave you alone. You pick. One thing I've discovered, people love multiple choice. Absolutely. What do you think about all that? I can talk for, me. My daughter gave me the highest compliment. She told me I can talk to peeling wallpaper for 15 minutes.
I just like hearing you give me all sorts of different, lines, all sorts of different leads, all sorts of different rebuttals that engage the prospect in having a conversation and not feeling like they're cubbyholed into having to make one particular choice. So you're giving them choices while still giving them a deadline, which I think is amazing.
Yeah. Give people choices, but assertiveness is not a dirty word. Okay. I'm getting a little feedback from you for some reason. I wonder why.
For me?
Yeah, I can hear my voice come back to me. Do you have it on? Do you have this on more than one device? Maybe that's me.
Maybe. Let me check.
Are you just on one device?
I may be having you on 2 mics.
That's what it is, because I can hear myself when I speak.
Okay, let me.
Oh, wait, what was that question again? Let's get back on that topic. Nick Galian is there. Hi, Nick. Hi, Suzette. Thanks for joining, guys. You guys want to come on? There's a link further above there.
I'm going to mute myself while I figure out these microphones.
Okay. And who else? Let's see who else is on here. Nick is on here. I saw Rod Vidre. Hi, Rod. Hi, Claude. Where would you search for seller leads during these fun times? You know, I'd go back to the archives. Where do people post when they want to sell? They're in Craigslist, okay, for houses for sale, houses for rent. Do you have access to the MLS or the expired listings? If you're not a realtor, do you have a friend who's a realtor? Can you contact a realtor and have them do a search? You know, the MLS is a very powerful device. Search for motivational sellers, must sell, urgent sellers, maybe sellers who are willing to do a lease purchase, owner finance. Put that kind of content in the MLS. How about going into good old Zillow? Everybody loves Zillow, Redfin, Trulia. I'd go to the easy ones, the common ones. Absolutely. I would do what I call social media marketing right now. Everybody's home. Everyone's online. Is there someone, Rod, and oops, I lost. There goes Victor. Is there somebody out there who right now is on social media where you live, and they're going into Google and they're saying how to buy a home, how to sell a home, how to wholesale a home, how to lease purchase? Are they finding you, Rod? Are you putting out really decent content for people to discover you? Are you putting it out in video, in audio, in pictures, in a blog, written word blog? Are you giving away a free book or something like that? Do you ever wonder why you go to these web pages? What's the first thing a lot of these web page these gurus and stuff do? They want to give you something and then capture your email address. I think you have to give a little bit more than just say, here, give me all your information. I think you have to earn it by putting out some decent content out there for people. Attract your audience. Talk about in the social media and on the web about the problems they're having. Would you like to get top price for your home? Would you like to get good tenants for your home? How would you like to sell your home in the next 30 days? How would you like to get into a home today that you could buy tomorrow? Discover the lease purchase advantage. How would you like to have a stream of income on your home by structuring it as a wholesale real estate deal or something like that? We do contracts all the time on the deals we do. And every day, here's a payment I received today. I don't want to show the person's, identify them. They didn't do that. Here's somebody, I get a lot of these every day. Here's one, just $300. Somebody sends me 300 through PayPal. Another person sends me 1,000. Another one says 750. Another one maybe 100 or $50. It's cumulative. Money adds up. If you can do deals and create notes and finance it, you can become the bank. Did you know that? You can actually become the bank. Okay, we have some new comments here. Let's see. Deborah Murray. People do love multiple choice. Absolutely. Justin's best suggestion for text messages uses that. Get the best response. When you're, one of the most common questions I'm asked is, Claude, how do you get them to reveal the mortgage? It seems to be a big problem with a lot of you guys out there. You're asking for, okay, what's your mortgage? And they'll say, none of your business, or why do you need that? And all of a sudden the drawbridge goes up, right? What you want to do is say, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, you've been in this house, what, how many years? 10 years? Oh my goodness, 10 years. You don't have a mortgage anymore, do you? It's probably would you say it's very small? It's a medium mortgage or it's a large mortgage? Where would you say your mortgage is right now? And if they say, well, medium, and then you redefine it. They say medium. When you say medium, you've been in it 10 years. Well, is that 50,000, 75, 100,000? They won't know what you're doing if you give them a multiple choice question. Then you formulate it like that. They can't resist. And then you'll get an approximate number. So it's a $200,000 house. You know they have a $50,000 mortgage. Maybe one of the things you want to ask yourself is, gee, if I bought your house today and gave you full price, I gave you the $50,000, but you hold the other $200,000 as a note, maybe interest only, principal only. that is something you can wholesale very easily. So that kind of information is in the second step of the gut sales method. You've got to qualify really quick. Okay, who else do we have here? Much appreciated. You're welcome, Rod. Anytime. You guys have a question, post it on here. Quite informative. Thank you, Albert. Bernard Contreras. That's a nice name. That's a powerful name. ABC. I like that. I always go back to the basics. I just want to speak to a couple people every day. I want to do my marketing. I want to attract people. You need to have a certain amount of specific strategic knowledge. What kind of deal are you going to do? Most of the gurus and the seminars out there, this is what they work on. The strategies. Is it a wholesale deal? And when I say wholesale, are you going to sell it to a family or someone who wants to live in the house, the contract that you've negotiated, or do you want to sell it to another investor? And the beauty of a wholesale type like deal, I call it arbitrage or assignment type real estate, is that if you're good at finding deals, some of you out there, are you good at finding deals? Can you sniff out a deal? I think that's my one skill. I can find deals. And I don't mind calling a certain amount of people every day or setting up preset appointments. And when I call them up, I have to find out, I set the agenda like I spoke about earlier. Then I go into qualification. I need to know my numbers, the mortgage, the valuation. What does it rent for in that marketplace? Why are they selling? What's their motivation? Is there any motivation? If they're living in the house and there's no urgency, it's unlikely they're going to do anything creative with you. So don't waste a lot of time with people. Where is it? I don't have my little 3-minute timer here. Oh, Victor, you're back again. I'll even put you on the screen here. So
Thanks, buddy. I have to change browsers.
The first thing I like.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on for 1 sec. Whoops, I lost him. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Vic. Sorry about that. The first thing I like to do is figure out, after I get that information, what strategies should I use? Is this going to be a lease purchase and I'm going to sublet or sandwich lease it? Am I going to wholesale it, arbitrage it? Am I going to buy it for cash? Sorry about that, Vic. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that to you. Okay, you're back.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, I'm kind of talking to the folks about the steps to doing a real estate deal here.
Okay.
So first thing is you need to know strategies. You need 3 things basically to be a successful millionaire real estate salesperson. You need the strategies. You got to know how to do it. You got to get your marketing down because you need people to talk to. And then and this is the most important, the one none of the gurus talk about except me, is you could be the smartest guy. I've met people so much smarter than me, Victor. They know strategies. They can do mortgages in their head and stuff like that. And then you have a lot of people who spend thousands of dollars on marketing for leads. And those two are fine. But where you make your money is in the persuasion. If you are not superb in your direct one-on-one communication ability to qualify this person, to get them emotional, to stay in control as an authority figure and make offers, you're doomed to fail. You won't make any money. I've been doing this a long time. A lot of people spend too much time on the strategies. They're important. Is it a lease purchase deal? Is it a cash offer? Is it a wholesale arbitrage deal, assignment deal? Is it a subject to the existing mortgage? Is it owner finance where they have a lot of equity or all equity and they're willing to hold it? That's a sweetheart deal because it's very easy to sell to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a seller who has a lot of equity, for instance, if you had a property, let's just say you have a property, Victor, for $250,000 and that's the top of the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you own it free and clear. And I find that out. If we go into role play, I say, Victor, suppose I was willing to give you your price right now. I will give you that $250,000. I'm not going to argue with you. I will pay the closing costs. There's no real estate agent involved. It's just 2 guys. The only thing I'm going to ask is, can you hold that mortgage for principal-only payments for a couple years? And I'll give you your full price today. I'll give you some money down. I'll give you some cash every month, like an annuity, like a regular revenue payment. Okay, it'll be a principal only payment, and in the end of the time period that we negotiate, I'd like 5 years, maybe you want 3 or 4. I will give you a balloon and pay off the rest of the balance I owe you. Would you like to do business today?
I hadn't thought of that, but that actually
Let's
sounds
pretend you
fantastic.
did. Let's pretend you did thought about it. Okay, I haven't seen. And could you do me a favor? Do you have an iPhone, sir? Do you have one of these little devices? See, we're live on this
Yeah,
too.
I have an Android phone.
Okay, that'll work too. Do you have? Can you show me on FaceTime Live or Facebook Live? Could you give me a little tour of your property? Show me the lovely brand new toilet seats you were talking about. Show me the kitchen. Is it modern? Show me the living room. Everything you talked about. Can you give me a little tour of your house right now with your phone?
Yeah, I could do that.
That's wonderful. Why don't I set this up on Zoom? I'll send you a link, and you can give me a tour while we're talking. And then we'll go back to the negotiation. I'll give you your full price. I'll send you a contract today through HelloSign or DocuSign. And if you're comfortable with that, we'll move forward today. If not, you can fire me and I'll leave you alone. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Are you the decision maker, sir? Or do you have a better half or other people you have to discuss this with?
Nope. Fortunately, it's just me on this one.
What do you think about that offer, that crazy Claude offer? I'm going to give you your price. I'm going to save you money. I'm going to pick up the closing costs. If you could take your money in little bitty monthly chunks for a few years.
Yeah, I can see some benefit.
Which means?
Well, I mean, it'd be better than getting it all at one time, actually, in this situation, because tax-wise, it's actually a win for me. So, yeah.
You're right, sir. Tax-wise, you wouldn't pay as much. And
Yeah.
and sir, not to be negative here, look at the environment. Nobody's coming to the house right now. People are not really in the mood to do real estate right now. Everybody's focused back on if I can put it on this stuff again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone buying real estate right now? Do you think in the next? I mean, from my mouth to God's ears, I hope this thing is over in April, but it may go into May or June. We don't know. That's the biggest problem. What's going on, sir, is we don't know. So imagine for a moment. Listen to my words. Imagine for a moment your house is on the market for 3, 4, 5 years. 3, 4, 5 months. I mean. Yeah. Rather than get it done today, get money today, get money every month, and it's done. Or you can gamble and hope that this virus thing is over and that you can start showing your house again and hire a realtor for 6% and then pay half the closing costs and then maybe negotiate on the price. Or you can do business today. I don't want to pressure you. It's okay to say no to me.
Well, you got my attention. Let's
What's that? Tension means we can move forward, or should I get off the phone and let you get back to your family on this nice Sunday?
Let's move forward, Claude.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's move forward.
I'll send you a contract now. You look it over. Why don't we meet later? Why don't we meet at 5:30, 6 o'clock? We'll have a virtual martini together and celebrate. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them on live camera on Zoom. Is that fair?
That's fair.
There you go. Boom. That's gut selling.
Yeah.
That is gut selling. Now, what I should have asked you is, why are you selling that home? And I should have struck my mistakes. I always do what is called the diagnostic every sale. If I will say, gee, what did I do right? What I do wrong? In that role play, I did a couple things wrong. I should have found out why you're selling it. I should have used a little bit more reverse psychology. Gee, Mr. Walker, how many years you been in that home? Give me a number.
I've been here 10 years.
10 years. Stay another 10 years, sir. It's a great home, a beautiful neighborhood. Why on earth would you want to leave? You don't really want to sell it, do you?
I do. I have another place already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, I had a friend like that. He had 2 mortgages because the other place didn't sell and everything. And it was really, what a stress on his finances and on his marriage and everything. I shouldn't have told you this story. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I understand. I know where he's coming from.
Yeah. So I don't want to see you in that situation. Boom. So off the role play, you can see what I'm doing. I'm storytelling, third-party storytelling. I'm also using a little bit of a reverse psychology here. I'm going, why you don't want? Have you ever met a salesperson that says, "Don't buy this car"? You don't. Oh, that that 1972 Yugo is fine. That'll last you another 20, 30 years, right?
Mhm. Right.
Oops, I lost him. He disappeared on me. Let's go to some questions here. Neil Lambert said, hey, thank you, Claude. Good. Glad you're on, Neil. Good for you. Pardon me. This is absolutely fantastic toupee. It's not a toupee, honestly. Come over here. Listen, I'll tell you what. Let's make a bet. Pardon me. I'll tell you what. You put up $1,000 and I'll put up $100,000 and I'll give it right now to any hospital, Make-A-Wish Foundation. I will give it to anybody if you can prove this is a toupee. Okay, I'll give you $100,000 to any organization for your $1,000 if this is a toupee. I guess I'm sensitive today. I don't know what's going on. Or he got me emotional about this. I have to defend my hair on this thing. You never know where it's going to come from. Albert, we got a new Francisco's here. How you doing, Francisco? Can't hear you. Let me see. Maybe you're muted. Unmute them. No, that was my mistake, I think. Nope, that's yours. Okay, we'll wait for you to come on too. Hey, we'll put you on and Mr. Walker on at the same time. I can have a whole bunch of you here. Let me do a few of these questions here. Thank you. In light of COVID-19, face-to-face handshakes and concluding a sales over. No, listen, I'm a hugger. I hug people. People in my family, everybody hugs. Men kissed men. I always kissed my father, my uncles and stuff. That was just the kind of a European thing in my family. So today, unfortunately, I guess you could shake hands if you have those plastic blue gloves. That might work. I think everybody understands we're in a different environment. I don't want to make anybody sick. We don't have enough testing. So even if we feel healthy, maybe we've had it already or we're carrying it, we don't want to give it to somebody else. So you say, hey, you know what? When this thing is over, I'm going to take you and your wife out to dinner, and you're going to get a big handshake and a hug from me when this is all over. So maybe that's the way to take care of it, Albert. What do we have here? Speak to 5 people a day. Gerald, you're so right. Can you speak to a few people every day? It's fun to talk to people. But for some reason, I think maybe your mom said the same thing my mom said, right? When I used to be a kid in New York City, don't talk to strangers. And I think when we grow up in the big bad world, maybe we still have that reluctance to talk to strangers. If you can get over that, and if you can be so confident speaking to people as an authoritative consultative figure, you can make an awful lot of money. Oh, look who my friend Jessica from this one. Thank you, Claude. This is so helpful. Not proving your hairstyle, but for info. Thank you, Jessica. I like that. I'm gonna have to do some editing later, I think. And my friend Francisco's on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me too?
Yeah. Francisco, where are you calling from?
Argentina.
Argentina. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
Todo bueno, mi amigo.
Muy bien. Encerrados en la casa.
Una cerveza, por favor. Una margarita sin sal. ¿Dónde está la cuarto de baño? That's it.
The beer is in the fridge right now.
A beer, a margarita without salt, and a bathroom. What else do you need to know in Spanish?
And food, sándwich de milanesa.
Yes, that's right. What time is it in Argentina right now?
It's 10 to 5. Sorry, 10 to 6.
In the morning?
No,
10 to 6? Oh, okay. It's only
18.
Okay, because it's 2. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in Colorado. Absolutely. So how are things give us the Argentina report. How are things with this? We'll talk about real estate in a minute, but give us the Argentina report. How are things in Argentina?
About the virus?
The virus and all that.
Well, everybody is shut home. We are quarantined. If you don't stay at home, you can stay at jail. To travel to go your home, you need a special permission granted by your job, and not everybody can work today or go to work.
Does everybody
Only
look like this?
something like that, more like this.
Okay. I'm in
There is
I'm in
a
Colorado, so I'm going to wear my Colorado bandana during that. So is it diminishing? Is it going up? Is it leveling off?
well, it seems that the virus is slowing the spreading. It's spreading more slowly. Very. That's very.
Are the
very
people
good news.
are the people still congregating, going to church, going to restaurants and things like that?
No, no. Restaurants are closed. Bars are closed. Almost everything is closed.
Okay.
Only I don't know. Restaurants only can make delivery. They can receive people inside. Hardware store can about a few days ago started to work with closed doors. So
Okay.
also bakeries, all groceries. It's almost everything working. Almost doors closed or only allowing
there enough-
one or two people inside.
Is there enough food in the stores and things like that?
Yes, yes. The first few days when the president said it's gonna be quarantine, it was crazy. Everybody was going to the market, buying a lot. But now the people is calmer. It's complicated because the people that work, I don't know how up the grid. I'm not if that's
Okay.
something right.
Okay.
Informal job.
Are you doing real estate? Thank you for that. I appreciated that. Are you doing real estate in Argentina? Are you a private investor, or do you call all over the world? What do you do?
No, I started watching a few videos, some of your videos, and I started thinking to because I found your videos because of sales, and after watching a lot of your videos, I'm starting looking for someone that can mentors me or guide me or helps me in the contracts with the legal part.
Okay.
So
Do you have a question before we move on here?
yes,
We're live all over the place. We got a lot of people on here right now. Want to talk about sales and real estate? Go ahead.
Yes. Suppose there's someone that wants to see the property really badly and doesn't want to tell how much money he has saved for buying a property. He asks you, he calls you for a property, publish it online, and doesn't want to talk about money. In the end,
you got to talk about money. You have to be the doctor in the room when you're
right.
speaking to people. Sir, can I ask you? Let's role play. Sir, you mind if we talk about? And when should you talk about money? In the beginning, the middle, or the end of the conversation?
In the third part,
in the beginning, right up front.
Oh,
right up front, because if they don't have the money, you say you got a property or you're trying to sell a contract, you're trying to wholesale. If they don't have the money, is it over?
Yes, we have to fire them.
Yeah.
Or maybe talk to them later, but right now we can't do business.
If you're negotiating a deal and you want to talk about the money, Mr. Prospect, can I ask you some questions? Is there a mortgage on this still? Is that mortgage small, medium, or large? I did that a little earlier. Watch the rerun on YouTube about this. You have to ask them questions because you have to know the valuation. See, I don't do due diligence in the beginning like most people do. I don't have the time. I'd rather find out up front, are they motivated enough to do a deal today? Okay, there's no sense spending hours and hours on due diligence, inspections, property records, appraisals, and all that stuff if they're not willing to do something creatively. We call it creative real estate. So are they willing to discount it for cash? Are they willing to give you leverage to control it with an option or a lease option, a lease purchase? Are they willing to negotiate with you and so that you can do a wholesale deal? You need to know you need to know your facts up front from them. You still have to verify them. But the first thing I want to find out is can we do a deal today? Can I get another appointment? Can I send them a contract? And if they don't want to, it's bye-bye time. Adios, amigo.
Great.
There
Thanks.
you go. Hey, it was good speaking to you here. I'm going to go to some of my questions here, and I'm glad you could join us today. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Take care.
Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye. And let's go to some questions there. Rod has a question. Can you really do a deal being completely remote these days? What do you think about that, Victor? Can you do a deal being remote?
Absolutely, especially using the phone and everything like you demonstrated earlier. And people also have, you know, they know that they can't get out. They know they can't visit the places they used to. So they may at some point need to see it, though, I think. But, you know, you can definitely get the contract and everything done before that.
I think the one thing that everybody has to become good at is using Zoom or using Skype, or if they have an iPhone, FaceTime. Does Android have a dedicated video communication application? I don't know.
Yeah, we have apps that you can download that you can do it, including Zoom and
okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
you use that. Facebook has one.
Yep.
Facebook Live works very well, by the way.
Yeah, Periscope.
So Periscope also. Facebook Live is great. There's so many out there. I love Zoom and Skype, as you know. I use them both. I've been using them for years now, and I'll tell you, I love working from home. I don't go out to a property. Here's a rule for everybody: don't go to a property, even when we could. Don't go to a property unless you're picking up a check or a contract. Let me talk about the dumb stuff. I always love talking about the dumb stuff I did, the mistakes. I've wasted God knows how many hours, hundreds, maybe 1,000 hours, getting in my car, driving to properties without properly qualifying people. Okay. Getting in that car, burning up gas, sitting in traffic, wasting I make more money at home talking to people on Skype and Zoom than I will ever make getting in my car, driving to a property. That is so passé. That is so old school. You know, today, if you really want to see the property, first thing you can do is go to Google Maps, right? Okay, that's sometimes I go to Google Maps when I'm speaking to people. Today, everybody has a smartphone. I tell a person, gee, I'm really interested in your property, Mr. Walker. Can you give me a little virtual tour? Can you walk around and show me? We'll go on Skype or Zoom so I can at least see the property. I can't smell it. You know, if he has 10 cats running around, I might have a clue about the odor, if you know what I mean. And I do. Actually, you know what that cat smell is? That's the smell of money. It's gross. Okay. Cat piss is the smell of money. If you get someone who has a house and they can't sell it, there's a pretty good reason. I mean, have you ever gone into a dirty, smelly house? Oh. Okay. But to an investor, if you can negotiate the right deal, you can rip out the carpets, you rip out the foam padding, you can repaint the walls, replace the drywall, replace the flooring or the carpeting or the foam padding. And that house will smell wonderful once you do things like that. You can do that. Or you can take the property, and if you have some investors, you can wholesale or assign it to those other people. So you can do deals remotely, to answer your question, Rod. Absolutely. But the first thing you want to do is get them on the phone, get them from the phone to Zoom or Skype, because it's always a better deal when you can see who it's always a better selling environment. When you can see somebody, can you see if they're interested, if they're genuine? Can you tell when somebody's lying when you look directly at them sometimes, Victor? Can you? What do people do when they're not telling the truth?
They look away, they hem and haw, they deflect.
Usually, getting into a little NLP and stuff here, if their blink rate is a little too high, if their eyeballs are, or their head movements are going all over the place, if they're looking down a little or something, these are clues about veracity and things like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
So getting on video, I've been getting a video, and then, hey, can I make you an offer? I'd like to do business I think the most popular word I use is today.
Today.
Can we do business today? Can I send you a contract today? Can we have another appointment on Zoom later today?
Mhm.
What I see a lot, the mistake I see, and I used to be a wimpy salesman. A wimpy salesman is basically, oh, whatever you want, Mr. Prospect. Oh, I'll call you in 2 weeks. I'll be up all night. I'll do the contracts, and then you'll go on the witness protection program, and disappear from me. I want to deal with people who are motivated, who have a need, or I can exacerbate that need. I can make it stronger. I can make it more urgent for them. Cialdini, who we love to talk. Have you read anything from Cialdini yet? The Psychology of Persuasion? Oops, I think he froze. Okay. Anyway, one of my favorite books is about psychological triggers. And a professor from University of Phoenix, I think, someone helped me, that he said that scarcity is a really strong psychological stimuli. If you go to somebody and say, I want to do business today, and if we can't make some kind of commitment or have a decent civilized adult to adult conversation, I'm going to go and I'll do business with somebody else. I'll go away. That's scarcity. And some people might call it takeaway. You have to show that you're a professional, that you're serious. You play, and even if you don't have two nickels to rub together, you better play the serious. You better be a good actor. Let's see if we have any other questions there. Oh, okay, Albert's back. Good for you, Albert. I'm glad you're back. Sean is here. Android has Duo. And Sean, if you wanted, you could come on. By the way, here's the link if you want to come on face to face. Just click on that click on that link, and you can come right into StreamYard here live if any of you guys want to do that before I go. I see by listening that selling can be done remotely. Why Claude Diamond's advice is fine. Yeah, the secret of my success. This is the one takeaway, guys. You don't have to buy anything from me, or take my very successful mentoring program, or buy any of my wonderful, reasonably priced products. See how I slid that in there? But you do have to be superb at sales. It is the $1 million skill. Why do people buy? You ever ask yourself why a few people are always the top salespeople? Why are they always the top in an organization? I know about the Pareto rule, the 80-20 rule, but every company has 2-3 men or women that outsell everybody else 10 to 1, 100 to 1. What is it that they have that everybody else wants? They have confidence. They have an intuitive ability to know what people are thinking. We call that empathy. They know how to use the right words, ask the right questions. They know how to basically, I call it kind of a hypnotic, guts is a hypnotic form of selling. Can I get somebody emotionally involved? Can I put a picture in their mind so that they say, yeah, I want to do business. I want to buy. I want to sell. I want to invest. When you have that skill set, oh my gosh, you become free. You become independent. Absolutely. There. Victor, I think you're, for whatever reason, I can't bring you back on. So, and we're almost out of time here anyway. Listen, this was part 3. We're all home anyway, so let's talk about making money doing business. I make money every day in my business. Contracts, notes, real estate deals, consultation. I sell informative products on my webpage, ClaudeDiamond.com. In fact, if you guys, anybody here, I have a free book on my webpage. You'll see it, a little box. It says free book. Just go ahead, click that, and you'll get it in 24 hours. You'll get that book. You'll probably get it today. It'll be sent to you digitally. I also do free one time only, okay, 15-minute training sessions or consultations. If you need some help, go on to my webpage and just, there's a schedule there for newbies. I'll give you the straight poop, guys. I'll show you, I just want to share with you what you need to do to make the money that you deserve. Because as I always say, nobody deserves success more than you. Hey, thank you. I got to put my ensemble back on here again. Got to be properly dressed. Okay, you guys, Have a great week. Have a super time. Things will get better. This is silly. Listen, be healthy, stay home. Okay, it's not so bad. Before I go, is anybody here? And I'm not going to give away anything, but is anybody here watching on Netflix? Watched Ozark? Has anybody watched Ozark? It is amazing. It's the 3rd season on Ozark, and I'm not going to give it away. Don't worry. I won't be. What is that called? A spoiler alert? I won't do that because you got to see it. The ending of Ozarks on Netflix. I love that series, and the ending on season 3 it knocked my socks off. It was that good. So if you have Netflix, make sure you watch Ozarks. It's a great it's a great story. The 8th and 9th episode on season 3. Usually a series doesn't get better as it gets older. This one is right up there. It's one of the best endings I've ever seen for a season on Ozarks. You definitely got to see it. Does anybody have any recommendations? What's your favorite while you're at home now and everybody's cocooning? What's your favorite movie or something? Is anybody watching that? Anybody? Let's see. You can't join streamer. Not sure why. Let's see. What does he have here? Excuse me. Thank you. Stay safe. Sanitize. That's right. Sanitize. Okay. Get your hand cleaner out, of course. Anybody, what are you watching at home right now? Are you watching Netflix, Amazon, live streaming? What's your favorite movie and stuff right now for everybody else before we go? The Man Who Built America series. Oh, that sounds good. I'll see that. Hello, Damon is on. Oh, Ozarks is good, Sean. Hi, Damon. Thanks for joining. Hi, Deborah Murray. Thanks for joining once again. Nick Galian. Nick, I'll see you or Suzette every Monday, 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern. I do a private 1 hour with my students. Tomorrow we're going to do role playing. Get those sales skills so sharp that while you guys are home and while the world's doing what it's doing, don't watch TV, don't watch news right now. It's not uplifting. It's depressing. We're going to work on those sales skills, show you how to make a lot of money. Wow, that was a long hour, huh? You guys stay safe, have fun, and take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.